The purpose of Just Inspire Mentoring is to create a bridge of life of other people. Like I said, I'm 40 years old. There's a lot of lived experiences that I've had, a lot of suffering that I may have done. But I've never suffered because I was lazy. I never suffered because I didn't want to do right. It was all because I didn't know. And so this bridge that I've built over these years is the information that I've gained, and I'd like to continue doing that. That's the purpose of this interview.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Aspirations Supreme, by the way. Nice to meet you.
All right, guys. I'd love to know your personal story and more about your journey. If you could, tell us a little bit about your background. Supreme, how did you come to CCBC Catonsville? What are some pivotal moments in your life?
I lived in Maryland ever since I was born here, and I've lived here my whole life. I live Owens Mills, Maryland. The high school I went to private school, went to Gilman, played football and basketball there. I got recruited for football. That's how I got to West Point. Like me and my mom, we was just sending my film out on Twitter, and the receivers coach hit me up. A couple months later, they offered me. Throughout high school, I wasn't recruited a lot. My only other offer, other than the West Point offer, was Frostburg State, D2, Western Maryland. That was also for football. I didn't get recruited for basketball, unfortunately, but sometimes life doesn't go the way you plan it to. I took the offer to West Point. My SAT scores were a little low, so they said I had to go to the prep school. So I went to the prep school this most recent year, 2024 to 2025.
I'm sorry. I just think we kind of glanced at it. Did you say you got recruited by West Point? Not the prep school. West Point wanted you first, and then you had to go to the prep school because of your scores. I just want to make sure that's clear. That's amazing. Please continue.
Yeah. So went to the prep school for I went to basic in July. So it was from July to March. So that's about 7 months, give or take. And then because of grades, it didn't work out. I had to leave.
Oh, I thought it stopped, but it didn't. My bad. I'll fix that.
I had to leave the prep school, unfortunately, and I couldn't go to the main school. My backup plan was to play football at this school in the Bronx called Monroe. But then I found out that Coach TJ said there were spots available here for basketball. I love basketball. Not that I don't love football, but I played basketball my whole life. Basketball was my first sport. And I put a lot of time into the game of basketball. Like going to 8. I've been playing AAU ever since I was 8 or 7.
Wow.
So
can I tell you a fun fact? I remember listening to a video. Kobe Bryant was talking about preparation and the difference between people back then and now, which was actually back then because he said this interview like in the 2012s. And he talks about how he says, man, these kids be playing so early. And he says, hey, Mike, talking about Michael Jordan. Do you remember how good you were at basketball when you were 12? And he says, 12? I was playing baseball. You've been playing basketball longer than Mike, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So you kind of taken us back to the beginning. And I also want to clarify something. I had another question, and I think I might need to reword it. Basketball is not your first love, it's football.
Basketball's my first love.
So when did you first fall in love with basketball?
I can't remember when I first fell in love with
Was it that
basketball.
long?
Yeah. My dad was also a hooper. My half brother, he was also a hooper, so kind of ran the family a little bit. But I was playing Little League. At first, before I moved to the Baltimore County, I was in Howard County, and there would be this Little League every Monday, Wednesday night where we play at an elementary school, and it would be this local Howard County teams. And that's my earliest memory of playing basketball. And I remember my first AAU practice when I was actually taking basketball seriously. We was on the way to the practice, but then I got into a car accident. It wasn't a bad one, but we ran into the back of somebody. So I turned up being late for that practice. But the coach was understanding, and he saw my potential, and it was you're gonna make you into a ball player. And the story has been like that ever since.
I want to give you some kudos and flowers. I'm glad the coach saw that in you as well. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you is when I was in high school, I was the manager of my varsity basketball team. I'll tell you how I became the manager. I had went to that practice with the intention on trying out.
Okay.
I was a decent basketball player. Decent meaning I could at least manage myself on the court. I wasn't a whole abomination. The reality is that I lacked the self-esteem, the self-confidence, the self-worth to be a basketball player because I just never really believed in myself. And any little thing that somebody did or said to me would easily stop my progress. And that's why I ended up becoming just a manager. For being honest, and just kind of being a little transparent, I don't even play basketball that much anymore. One of the reasons is that I usually notice a lot of nastiness with how we talk to and socialize with each other. But I've never, at least from how I've observed you with your peers and others, you don't seem to have any of that in you.
It's like on the court, off the court, and it's also the kind of atmosphere that you're in. Because like, if we're in a formal basketball setting, you could get teched up for that. So you gotta keep stuff cordial. You just gotta be within the team and play. But if it's like a street ball, like a street ball, just like a runs type of setting, then like, you know, or even practice, then, you know, and someone's getting fried or I'm frying somebody, I wanna talk, I wanna say something. And someone says something to me, it's not gonna be to the point where we're gonna fight about it, but it's just the way you have to carry yourself on the court that matters. And atmosphere also matters.
I guess, I don't know if you could ever, maybe help me if you can relate to this. I'm gonna assume you don't know what it feels like to be wanting to be a great basketball player, but just not good enough and always trying to be as good as everyone around you, and how, I don't know, demoralizing it can feel at times. Or am I wrong?
I mean, from my point of view, I'm class of 2024, and my class has got some great players. I think I'm a good basketball player, and I have a lot more room to grow. I feel like I'm a great basketball player, and I put in just as much, if not more work than other people, and like people are getting like better opportunities than I am. And okay, I kind of am jealous. I'm gonna be honest about that. I'm kind of jealous, but those are my boys, and like, I'm happy for them. My boy Drew, we've known each other ever since the 6th grade. He went to Glen Elk. We played in the same conference. He went to Glen Elk, I went to Gilman, but he went to Georgetown. And I'm happy for him. That's my brother, and I love him. I hope he does great. He's not at Georgetown now, though. He's now at Old Dominion.
Still a good school.
But yeah, I love him, and it's always going to be love between us. But I feel like I put in as much work as everybody else, and I should. Some opportunities that other people have gotten, I feel like I should have gotten, but you know, it's just not how it works sometimes.
Can I give you some wisdom from experience? Because you're saying something real to me right now. I felt that so hard. About you put the work in, you are valuable, you are worthy, you are that good, and you see people that maybe not have done as much get opportunities that you feel like should have come to you. I'm telling you, man, that's happened to me a lot. Like, I'll just be real. This job that I'm doing right now is way beneath what I'm supposed to get paid. But I do this because of moments like this. Like, I think I told my director, I don't even know how much you pay me an hour for. I just do the job because I love it. These young men need me. And I'll be honest, need you too, because it's a reminder of why I'm still here, keep me going. So that's why I do the work. Now, we're not always gonna lose though, because the reality is you stay sharp, you stay on it, and you keep coming, and you keep being authentic. And at some point, every dog has its day. Meaning that what's meant for you is gonna come for you. The key is that we have to be prepared for the moment. I can tell you this too, bro. At times I've been so frustrated with life not being fair, situations not being fair. All my energy then went to the frustration and it went away from the preparation. So when opportunities came, I couldn't capitalize. Now you're really upset because you've seen yourself get passed on opportunities you should have had, but you passed on opportunities you should have capitalized on because you wasn't ready, and that's only your fault. Keep doing your work, bro. Keep doing your work. I'm gonna post this. I believe in all my heart somebody gonna watch this, and they're gonna have something for you. I went to UNC Chapel Hill. Who knows? Maybe I get somebody at Chapel Hill to look at it. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen for you. Who knows though? You never know. We just have to keep faith, and we gotta keep working. That's the difference. You gotta keep working with the faith. You just can't have faith and work. Don't just pray, because faith without work is death. But if you have faith and you work towards it, fine. I knew this was gonna be a good interview. That's why I put these notes in. That's why I bought this camera, all this stuff just for you, just make this happen. I knew and I believed in it, and here we are. You're gonna be no different. Can I come to the draft party? That's all I'm asking. But real for real though, what was the journey like from a kid on the court to where you are today?
A lot of workouts, a lot of weekend workouts, a lot of late nights. Learning to balance that in school is the hard part. Also trying to keep your body healthy as well. There's also a lot of ups and downs because when you play AAU, you're not going to be on a winning team all the time. And it's just like, yeah, at some points, like your team is, you get to go to nationals, but like at other points, y'all may not be that good. But at the same time, you still have to put in your best effort, as I feel like.
Next question. It's your freshman year at a community college. What's been the transition like from not only high school, but even coming from West Point, the level of competition? What were some of your biggest surprises or challenges you faced so far?
I feel like now coming from the academy, a lot more freedom. a lot more freedom. And it's just, this is where the time management comes into play. I have to learn how to manage my time better, even with between practice, because now I'm on a team that like we practice like every day, even on Saturdays. But I just have to learn how to manage my time.
Okay. Got you. So time management's been the biggest surprise challenge so far. Okay, well, you have free mentorship, not only from MSSI, but you got JustINSPIRE, and we specialize in time management. So if you feel overwhelmed, always know to reach out. We got you.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk a little bit more about West Point, if you don't mind, and maybe some what ifs.
All right.
So I want to start off with what I call the opportunity. You had an opportunity to go to West Point, and they recruited you for football. So you are some kind of athlete. Football at West Point is huge.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How did that come about? What was your initial reaction when you got that offer?
As I said before, me and my mother, she was really like sending my film to coaches like out on Twitter, hopefully like to get a hit. And then I got that text from Coach Smith, the receivers coach.
So they didn't like come out and sit with you guys and meet and all that?
He texted me asking for my SAT scores. And then a month later, he came up to the school to talk to me, give information about the school and stuff. And then like a couple weeks later, another coach, I think the defensive lineman coach, came up to talk to me. And that's when I got the offer.
Did you play defense too? I was gonna say, because I felt like, yeah, I guess you could be like a defensive end and one of those guys.
In high school, I was receiver and outside linebacker. And I got recruited for being an outside linebacker.
Got you. My bad. I ain't no football coach. But what does that feel like, man? Like you literally were getting the kind of stuff that I would watch on TV. Like, I wish that could be me. That was your experience.
It was like all the hard work that I did actually paid off because, as I said before, I wasn't recruited a lot. That offer, then the other offer from Frostburg State.
Okay. So what was it like to be there? Not just as a student, the whole West Point experience. Like, did you want to be in the military?
I never thought about it until the school started talking to me.
You went from squeaky to all the way in. That is extreme.
I didn't know what to expect from movies and stuff. The way they tell it, none of it is true. It's not as harsh as movies make it out to be, but it's still a lot of hard work. Going into basic, I was a little nervous. It wasn't like nerve-wracking. It was just like, I was just wondering what was going to happen. And, you know, so first day, we put our phones in the box and like we had no contact with the outside world for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's about right. That's how it
goes. Yeah, basic lasted for 3 weeks. And that basic was more fast-paced because what we did in 3 weeks is what we would do at the main academy for like 6 weeks time.
Okay.
But it was challenging, but I'm glad I got through it.
Do you think you could have adapted to the military lifestyle if that would have been something you stayed in? Would you?
I feel like if I was still at the academy today, I would be able to adapt to the military lifestyle.
Okay. You definitely got one of the haircuts kind of high and tight there.
Nah, I had to keep lower than this.
I mean, I'm telling you from my experience, and I can show you some of my photos. You'll be fine. People might want to give you a hard time about it, but it's in regulation. As long as you can get it over at cap, you're good. All right, the decision. So ultimately, you're not at West Point now. This is a very personal question. And if we don't want to talk about it, totally understand that. But I'd like to know what led to the decision. It must have been incredibly difficult.
I'm not going to speak a whole lot on that. I'm
Respect
just that I feel like it wasn't for me during that time frame. I just
I had to make a pivot. Can we focus on getting into that mindset of it's time for me to make a pivot and actually making the move? Because you did it.
I had to find another place to go and my next option. I was kind of nervous because I didn't think I would be able to find another option. Thanks to Coach TJ, now that I have an opportunity, I'm going to take full advantage of this so I could bounce back from this situation.
Definitely. And we want to see you be really, really successful. And I don't believe there's any reason why that won't happen. Okay, I guess the last question, then we can jump to our next section, is do you ever think about what if? And you know what? To take some of the pressure off you, I'll put some on me. When I was in high school, when I was in college, I first went to college to be a sports agent. Went to Johnson Wales, North Miami. I just got my bachelor's in sports management. But my goal was to go there, get my bachelor's. When I graduated, get an internship with a emerging sports marketing firm, go to law school, become a lawyer, pass the bar, and then become a certified player rep. I actually still have the manuals for the NFL Players Association and the NBA Players Association because I was studying it when I was in college. And while I was in college, I met a sports agent at my part-time job. He's actually the agent for head coach of the Steelers. I can't believe I forgot that brother's name. But anyway, it's not about them, right? Big time sports agent is the point that I'm trying to get to. When I graduated, I was talking to him and he was interested in bringing me to the office and talking about onboarding me, which is giving me an opportunity. So basically all the work I did was starting to come to fruition. In amongst the negotiations, we talk about how much you're gonna pay me to do this. And he goes, well, you know, we don't pay. That's not how this works. You gotta earn your way. So I'm like, how am I supposed to earn my way if I don't make money? How am I supposed to pay for my rent? I need to get a car. How am I supposed to pay for anything? I just graduated. You mean to tell me I did all this schooling just to work for free? What was the point of going to school for? This was 2008. I didn't have a lot of people that were really in my corner. My older sister's a lawyer. My dad went to college. He didn't finish. Neither did my mom. They didn't finish, but they had some knowledge. That's what I'm taking to the grave. At 21 years old, I was making decisions with little support, little guidance. I could have got that internship and got that opportunity. But I walked out the office. I said, I gotta find something to do for myself. But I can't work for you for free no more. I lost that opportunity. And so I always think, what if? What if I would have just did what I ended up doing, going to grad school, lived off student loans while interning with him? Then I would have became a sports agent. But you know what? We probably don't have this conversation right now. So, giving you that little insight on me, are you able to talk a little bit about what if you would be at West Point?
I feel like I'd still be there. I'd be at the academy and playing football. I don't know if I'd make the travel squad my freshman year, but I'd be working. I would be playing basketball right now. I feel like I'd still be playing football at West Point.
So you wouldn't do basketball or football?
Yeah. The thing is, it's really hard to do both because basketball starts right in the middle of football season. You're traveling all over the country. It's pretty hard to do. And basketball, you play at least 30 games a season.
Okay. What do you miss about West Point?
Not a whole lot, to be honest.
Is it one thing, maybe?
I had some real good friends there that are still there right now. I hope that they do well over there. Other than that, I don't miss a lot.
What are you grateful from your experience?
I'm grateful because I feel like that strengthened me mentally and physically. And I learned more about myself while I was at that institution. I feel like I could be better prepared for certain situations, like going through basic training. That's kind of what strengthened my mental to believe I could get through just about anything if I just...
You did that for me too. I definitely think I had self-esteem issues until basic training, because basic training just put me in situations like, you ain't no punk. Look what you just did. If you was a punk, how you do that? You beat up half that class in fighting. So let's go to the broader perspective now. Beyond basketball, what do you hope to achieve with your college education?
I'm not exactly sure. I just know that it's going to be some kind of science. Right now, I'm pursuing my degree in cybersecurity. I just think that as long as I do what I have to do for my degree, once I transfer to like a 4 years institution, I can like navigate through that field better and find what I want to do.
What is it about science that you think sticks to you?
I just always liked it in school, like math and science. Those were the subjects that I exceeded in, and I've always took a liking to it.
Your interest in science and mathematics, does that have anything to do with maybe some impact or influence from your father?
I'm not sure, but I like numbers.
Got you. And so, because I know you're familiar with something like what's today's mathematics, and so here, just knowing that, and then you're interested in science and math, I just wondered if that might line up. But okay. What are your academic goals?
I just feel like as long as I do what I need to do academically, then I can do what I need to do in work.
Your why. Why do you play sports? Is it the competition, camaraderie, or something else entirely? What does basketball give you that nothing else does?
I feel like basketball gives me a sense of like, it's just like life as an athlete. It's the way your lifestyle is put to that sport. Everything you do is around that sport. I feel like that's what I am. I'm just I don't know how to put it into words.
It's okay.
But it's just.
Basketball is life.
Yeah.
Understand that. There was a time when I used to, when we get home from school, put that book bag down by the door, grab that basketball, grab that bike, we ride into the park. We play until the street lights come on. Then I know I had to go home.
Yep.
Do you remember a time when you weren't good at sports? Like, did that ever exist?
Nope.
Oh, man.
I never got cut from a team. I never been like benched except for the last year I played, because that year stuff got political. It's really political when it gets to that age.
I remember playing in a basketball tournament. The one year I played summer league, I think I was 17. I realize now that part of the reason why I wasn't good at sports is because I have performance anxiety. I would just freeze up. I'd get really anxious to the point that I couldn't maneuver. And if you can't maneuver freely in sports, you're gonna struggle. So we were playing a basketball tournament and I was wide open right under the layup. My boy Alex goes, Justin, get that. That ball just went right through my hands, bam, right in my face.
Yeah.
It's almost like I couldn't move, but I slowly gathered myself. I didn't fall.
Mm-hmm.
I still somehow got the ball. And I don't know why, bro, I know how to do layups. Like, I'm not saying I'm Kyrie with the layup package, but I know how to do a layup. But bro, I got the ball and I couldn't do a layup. I barely threw the ball up there, and somebody just came and was, I'm like, just get that weak out of here.
Yeah.
I just felt so demoralized. You've never had a moment like that in your life?
No, I never been nervous of playing sports. Like at the start of a game, and like there's like a lot of people. There's like the first minute heebie-jeebies, but like other than that, you just play. That's what practice is for.
Have you ever heard of the movie Freaky Friday?
Yes.
You know, it would be really funny if we swapped, because you've always been a gifted athlete, and I don't know what that feels like. I've always had to work so hard for mine. I get to be, and then again, being 20 years younger with all I know, oh my God, experience that. And then you get to feel what it's like. Pretty smart, but not the best athlete. So you'll know what it's like to get picked on at the court and not be able to, like, excuse me?
I've always been the tallest one. That stopped ever since I hit high school, because that's when people started to be taller than me.
What did that feel like the first time you saw somebody taller than you?
It wasn't really a heavy blow, because, you know, just because you're taller than me doesn't mean that you're better than me.
Okay. I want to see if we can get a little deeper before we finish up here. Can you share something about you, a hobby, a passion, a deep thought that most people who see you on the court or just walking by would never consider? The public rarely gets to see.
I like anime.
You know, it's funny. I remember when I first met you, one of the reasons why I was like, bro, we got to sit down and talk. You're like a superstar athlete and you're well-mannered.
See, that's the thing.
You have outside interests. You're not a stereotypical guy.
Before anime became so mainstream, it was socially unacceptable to watch anime. I watched anime ever since I was a little kid.
How does it come across if you're a cool kid playing sports? How do you get to something that's not socially acceptable?
It's just like It started off with Pokemon. And it'll come
Oh,
on.
watch Pokemon,
And
Pikachu.
It started off as Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! That'll come on TV. I never really thought about it, but I kind of always watched anime without knowing what it actually was. I just thought it was cartoons coming up on TV. But now that I know what it is, it's still cool to me.
I kind of want to challenge you a little bit. I don't think anime is that big of a surprise. It's not cool, so it's so cool. Can you give us something really good like, I dip my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in cold milk. I've been doing that all my life. If I don't have a glass of milk with my PB&J, it don't feel right to me. I usually eat them alone because I don't want nobody to see it. It weirds people out. But that is a good day to me. I don't know. Do you listen to Madonna? Be surprised me. What?
I don't listen to Madonna.
I practice to Whitney Houston. I wanna love.
I mean, the kind of music I listen to Juice and X.
What's that?
Like, you know, Juice WRLD and XXX.
Oh, Triple X.
Yeah, Triple X.
Yeah.
I listen to them. Like, my music library is pretty here. One day I listen to Juice and XXX, and then like the next day I probably listen to like Tyler. I like to listen to Tyler. Tyler, the Creator.
I like Tyler Creator. He's a big rapper.
Also like 90s hip hop and R&B. Throwback Thursdays. I usually listen to them on Thursday.
Okay. I used to do Throwback Thursdays here at MSSI. I got to bring that back. Okay. So we're going to close up, but before we close up, I love to end with what I call wisdom and reflection. And you, my friend, Supreme, you sit in a really big major role. There are a lot of young men that I come across that probably never really want to hear what I got going on with my suit and tie. I'm not usually in my guilty plug. New JustINSPIRE Mentoring jumpsuits with the book, because books represent knowledge and wisdom. We can overcome all mountains and waves when we read them. But they don't always want to hear what I have to say. So I'm wondering, what is the single most important piece of advice you would give to a high school athlete who dreams of playing at the next level? Is it about skill? Is it about the mindset? Is it something else?
I'll give them one of my most favorite quotes. Is from a show, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Life is like a dark tunnel. There may not be light at the end of that tunnel, but if you keep moving, you'll eventually come to a better place. That's one of my favorite quotes. It means as long as you keep moving, you'll come to that better place.
When I edit this, I'm gonna take some time. It's a song that I want you to listen to. It's called Keep On Moving. They say it over and over again. Keep on moving, don't stop. Just keep on moving. But artist is called Soul to Soul. She actually says that she wrote that song in a near-death experience. But she kept moving, that's why she's alive. So, to younger kids, what wisdom would you offer to a 10 or 12-year-old who's just starting to get serious about their sport? What's something you wish you'd known at that age?
Don't let the sport consume you. If you're trying to do big things with the sports you play, then at a point, it has to be your lifestyle, but don't let that consume you. In high school, my senior year, I was angry most of the time. I wanted to do well. I care about the sport a lot, and I wasn't getting recruited, so I just wanted to do well. But it was to the point where my teammates were seeing me in a different way. It was affecting team chemistry. So don't let it consume you.
Don't be consumed by it. I got you.
Do what you love.
Do what you love, but don't let it consume you. I would tell you this, man. This is my advice to you, anyone listening. Sometimes when you talk about some of your hardships, you let that cloud get over you. Bro, we are never our bad days. We are not our bad moments. They're just the moments. You were not your bad moment. That was just a moment in time and it's past, because you ain't bad right now. All right? So remember that. No matter what happened in the past, that's where it is. It is not who you are today. It is not who you are at this moment. So you must learn to cut it. All right? It's not easy, because trust me, I'm a man. There's things that I carry too, but we must learn not to carry too much. We are big men with broad shoulders and strong backs, but we have to limit how much excess we carry. There's so much we must carry already. Don't let the bad moments, don't let any pitfalls, don't let any shortcomings stay with you. Let them go. If you need to, let go of people that refuse to let go of you. That can be a little harder, I know. And seeing they cutting the grass, not respecting us, I will close with this, because the Gentleman Scholar Project is about helping young men remember to dream, looking ahead. What are your dreams, both on and off the court? What do you see for yourself in 5 years? And what steps are you taking today to get there?
Well, I see myself in 5 years. I hopefully see myself in the league.
You got to speak into existence. Are we talking NBA to NFL? Where are we going?
NBA.
NBA.
NBA is just basketball from here on out. And that's the only thing I see for me in the coming future. So I'm working my hardest to make that into fruition. I'm going to get there.
Can I?
I'm going to be proud.
Just curious, have you ever considered some of the international leagues with how much that is starting to become of a, because I believe the next Olympics we're going to see America lose. That's just my opinion, but
It's like, as long as I go pro and I'm making money playing the sport that I've been playing ever since I was a kid.
Is that the ultimate goal, to be a professional athlete, or is it to be the NBA? Because you could be making good money in another league. What if you go to the big three? Or would that, does it need to be
the goal is the NBA.
You want to play with the best basketball players in the world?
Yes.
Understand that.
Oh.
We all right. But this time, I want to thank you so much. Stand up with me.
My bad.
It's all good. We're still learning how to use the technology, but I wanted to capture this handshake. It's important. Sir, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You're going to do great things. We are all going to be watching for Mr. Supreme. We're rooting on you.
Peace, love, and happiness.